Ever wondered why Ukrainians don't cross roads diagonally or throw out trash after dark? Well, hold on to your Vareniki, dear friends, because we're about to dive into the extraordinary landscape of Ukrainian habits. On this breathtaking cultural journey, we zoom in on 8 not very useful habits. Just imagine that it's prohibited to cross a road diagonally and that there is a taboo on throwing out your trash after dark. These practices aren't just superstitions, they're deeply rooted in Ukrainian culture. We'll explore why you shouldn't get back into the house once you've stepped through the door, and explain the baby reveal ritual that keeps newborns under wraps till they're christened. Ever sat on your sofa for a few seconds before embarking on a long trip? Ukrainians do, and we'll tell you why. And let's not forget the tricky rules around buying watches for your partner, passing salt at the table, and growing ferns indoors. What do all of these habits have in common? Great results. They prevent you from running into bad luck and protect your loved ones. Now, put on your favorite vyshyvanka, grab a bowl of borscht, and get ready to dive into these intriguing habits that might just make you rethink your daily routine. First on our list is the unusual avoidance of crossing roads diagonally. In the heart of Ukraine, zigzagging across a crossroad isn't just seen as bad manners, but it even leads to bad luck. It's like playing a game of avoid the catastrophe with every step you take. Let's imagine you're in Odessa, rushing to grab your morning coffee. As you approach the crossroad, you see the cafe right there, diagonally across the street. Wait. Don't do it. Don't give in to the temptation. Ukrainians believe that evil spirits lurk at crossroads, and crossing diagonally is like sending them an invite to mess up your day. So, do as the locals do, and stick to the corners. It might take a few extra seconds, but hey, better safe than sorry, right? So next time you're in Ukraine, remember to cross at the corners. Ever heard of the trash-throwing taboo after dark? As incredible as it may seem, tossing out your trash after the sun has set is a big no-no. Some believe it's an ancient tradition tied to superstitions about ghosts and evil spirits. You see, in the old days, it was thought that discarding waste after dark was an open invitation for these spooky spirits to come knocking at your door. Now let me share a little story. Picture this. A friend of mine, fresh off the plane in Kyiv, decided to do a late-night cleaning session at his home. He took the trash out after midnight. The next day, his Ukrainian neighbor gave him a wide-eyed stare and a crash course on local customs. So, folks, if you ever find yourself in Ukraine and it's getting a bit dark outside, hold on to that trash bag. You wouldn't want to stir up any unwanted spirits or neighbors, right? Now, who knew doorsteps could cause such drama? In Ukraine, it's considered a big no-no to return inside once you've stepped out. Why, you ask? Tradition holds that doing so might invite bad luck. Picture this. You've just left for work, but halfway down the block you realize you've forgotten your lunch. The Ukrainian way. Just keep moving. Get some food at work, borrow a colleague's sandwich, or try to survive on an empty stomach. Anything but going back. It's considered better to endure a bit of inconvenience, rather than risk attracting misfortune by re-entering your home. And if you absolutely must go back, Ukrainian superstition advises looking in a mirror before heading out again. So next time you rush out, please make sure you have everything you need before you step out the door. Next up, we have the baby reveal ritual. Now, this is a tradition that may leave you scratching your head, but it's steeped in Ukrainian culture and history. Picture this, a newborn baby, cute as a button, but hidden away from the world. No, not because mom and dad are overprotective, but because of a long-standing Ukrainian religious practice. The rule is simple, yet intriguing. The baby is not to be shown to anyone outside the immediate family until they have been christened. Yes, you heard it right. And typically, only the mother's close loved ones are informed about the baby's pregnancy. There's a belief that the fewer people who know about the pregnancy, the better. This belief stems from the idea that a child is viewed as vulnerable and unprotected until they receive the blessings and protection of God. It's a protective measure, a way to shield the new life from any potential harm, evil spirits, or bad luck. So, if you're planning to visit your Ukrainian friend who's just had a baby, hold your horses. You might have to wait a bit longer to meet the little bundle of joy. If you're visiting a new Ukrainian parent, remember to wait for the invite. Once you receive your invitation to see the newborn, make sure to get ready in style. Ever wondered why Ukrainians sit down before a long trip? You're not alone. We've all wondered what this unique pre-travel sofa session is about. The best part about it is that you perform this habit for good luck, and that is a very valid reason, isn't it? Picture this. You're about to embark on a long journey. The car is packed, and you're heading for the door, when suddenly, your Ukrainian friend yells, "Wait, we haven't sat down yet." Having no idea why you'd sit down when you are ready to leave, you all hop on the sofa. It's odd, but hey, if it brings good vibes and luck, why not do it every time? Now let's talk about the restrictions connected to watches. Have you ever thought of gifting your partner a watch? In Ukraine, you might want to hit the pause button on that plan. There's a belief that watches are a symbol of time running out, symbolizing the end of relationships. A dangerous gift, wouldn't you agree? Unless you're happy to end your current relationship, of course. But don't fret. There's a clever workaround to this pickle. If you're dead set on gifting a watch, you might ask your partner to give you a symbolic amount of money, like 1 hryvnia. This way, they're technically purchasing the watch from you, instead of receiving it as a gift. It's a handy life hack to evade superstition and keep the tiny timekeeper from ending your relationship. So, if you're thinking of gifting your partner a watch, you might want to rethink that. Or, just ask for a little amount of money in return. Ever wondered why Ukrainians don't pass salt at the table? Well, let me spill the beans. It's not because they're anti-sodium or anything, but it's actually rooted in a superstition. They believe passing salt directly could lead to an argument. Yes, you heard it right, a full-blown disagreement over the dinner table. Now picture this, a newlywed couple, blissfully unaware of this tradition, sitting down for their first homemade dinner. The husband asks for the salt, and the wife, eager to please, hands it over directly. The room goes silent, and the mother-in-law gasps, and the cat hisses, and the husband, he's clueless. So how do you handle it? Simple. If someone asks for salt, place it down on the table and let them pick it up. No direct hand-to-hand transfer, and no potential for culinary catastrophe. And especially fun when you have a huge table. And finally, we have the Fern Fiasco. Yes, you heard that right. Ukrainian folklore has it that growing ferns indoors can bring about bad luck. Now, while this might sound like a plot from a plant horror movie, it's a belief that's deeply rooted in the culture. Did you know that in ancient times, ferns were associated with mystic creatures and magic? So having them indoors was like inviting a magic show, minus the fun. Even worse, ferns may even lead to drama in marriage. Imagine you're about to water your fern and poof, your marriage ends. Not quite the indoor gardening experience you'd hope for, right? So how do you avoid this? Well, you could always opt for a fern-free indoor environment. Or, if you're a plant enthusiast who can't resist the charm of ferns, why not create a lovely fern garden outdoors? That way, you get to enjoy your ferns without inviting unnecessary drama into your life. So there you have it. 8 incredible Ukrainian habits that might just have you rethinking your daily routines. We've navigated the perils of diagonal crossroads, braved the post-dusk trash tossing, and managed to avoid a double doorstep exit. We've kept our babies under wraps, sat on the sofa before a big journey, and steered clear of gifting watches to our partner. We've refrained from passing the salt at dinner, and kept our homes fern-free. Understanding these habits, as crazy as they may seem at times, brings us closer to our Ukrainian friends and families. They may seem peculiar to outsiders, but they're woven into the daily lives of Ukrainians, acting as silent guides that shape actions and interactions. As we continue to explore the fascinating habits from around the globe, remember that understanding these practices can help us appreciate the diversity of human experience. And as long as they don't cause any damage or evil, we can happily enjoy them together. Join us next time as we explore more fascinating habits from around the world. Until then, send this video to your fellow cultural enthusiasts, and don't forget to keep asking why.